Hey, this is Chantel Girardi from Online Business Marketing, and today I'm going to share with you exactly what you can do for your SEO. So what can business owners do on an ongoing basis when they're managing their marketing that they can simply do themselves, or their team can do, or their VAs can do to help them rank with the search engines, okay? So recently I spoke to one of my clients and he said to me he's paying $750 a month for SEO. And I'm not here to diss SEO or other providers of anything. All I'm saying is that there are some things that business owners can do that can help you rank without having to pay for SEO. I only probably once a year, I will pay somebody to go in and just check everything. But on an ongoing basis, this is the type of stuff that we do on an ongoing basis. I'm going to share it with you today. Now, some of this stuff hurts my brain. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I look at it and I'm like, oh, like it is the yucky stuff, but it's actually simple. It's not that hard. And what I've also done is I've actually created it into a little bit of a checklist for you as well. So if you head to the website and you look at the blog version, there'll be an ongoing checklist of what it is. But these are the things that you need to know, especially the back-end website part. These are the things that you need to know or be aware of. And I'm going to explain what they are today, just some of the important things. And when it comes to the back end of your website, this is at least the like non-negotiable stuff that you need to know on your website. Like as a business owner, this is the non-negotiable. You need to know this stuff at the back of your website. So for you today, I'm going to go through and I am going to explain. I'm going to rush over some of the stuff that is kind of like makes sense and makes a lot of sense. But then on the other hand, there's other stuff that I'm going to go into a little bit more detail on because it's stuff that we don't really talk about a lot. At the end of the day, I always say whoever does this stuff best gets the client. So if you have a candle business and another candle business, whoever is going to do the DIY SEO versus the other candle business who doesn't do the DIY SEO is not going to rank and is going to have less chance of success. And this is really what it's about. I really want to be able to empower you to be able to do these things. So we are going to talk about front ends. We're going to be talking about back ends. We're going to talk about ongoing things that you can do, keyword resource, and then utilizing AI as well to help you with your SEO enhancement. So let's talk about the front end when it comes to your website, okay? So firstly, we all know that SEO stands for search engine optimization, meaning if somebody goes online and they are searching, you want to come up. Now, it's really simple. If you just do the right things, as per what the platforms want you to do, just do the right things by them, you will rank. And a lot of people think that they need to pay for ads in order for that to happen, okay? You know what I always say, if it ain't working without ads, it's not going to work with ads, which means if you go and you're not applying these fundamentals and then you go and you pay for ads, it's still not going to work. So you have to make sure that these fundamental things are in place. There's nothing worse than someone says, oh, I pay for SEO, but I don't do any social media marketing. I get no reviews. I don't do any blogs. I don't send out any emails. Do you think you're going to rank? Is that money really going to be worth it? That's for you and the SEO guys to talk about, not for me. So front-end SEO. Well, number one, we want to make sure that your website is user-friendly, which means it's got to be clean, it's got to be responsive, it's got to adapt to whatever device people are on, it's got to be easy to navigate, menus have got to be easy to get to, it's got to kind of be intuitive. And when we say intuitive, it's not really around being intuitive, it's just got to be customer friendly. So what is logical for the customer when they get to the website? And what I've noticed recently is a lot of websites, when you're actually on a mobile device, when they've added a messenger bot to it, it actually covers the checkout button in the mobile version. So you need to go and have a look at how you look on your mobile version. And as I said, if you've got a bot and now the bot's sitting on your checkout, but you actually can't check out because there's a bot sitting on top of your checkout button. Okay. And I actually contacted a company recently who did these camping folding buckets. And she said, oh my gosh, thank you so much. No one has ever told me this before. We've had this bot for over a year. And I said to her, well, how are your mobile sales? And she's like, oh, we don't get many. And I went, well, most people, 80% of people on their mobiles, go and move that. She said, oh, thank you very much. Didn't even know. So please check it. Secondly, you need high quality content. So we're talking about the front end of your website. It's got to be informative. It's got to be engaging. It's got to be customer centric. It needs to be relevant to them. It needs to be current. It needs to reflect who your customer is and what you do easily. It's got to effectively communicate easily who you are, what you do, what your point of difference is, because we all know marketing is about what you do that's different to everyone else, not what you do that's the same. And this is why, your sales process and that is so super important. And in fact, I recommend this as an annual thing. Annually go in and change some of those words, because you become a little bit more in tune with who your customers are and how to communicate to them. And your offerings may change or evolve as you go. And also, if something's not working, please change it. If it's not working, you need to change it, right? don't carry on doing the same thing. Number 3 is page speed optimization. And this is really important. Recently I sent a video to my team and I said to them, please take this video and put it on the front page of my website. And they came back to me and they said, Chantel, your website front page is going to slow down by 3 seconds if I put this video on there. Is it that important to you? And I said, no, it's not. Okay, so really, really important that you're looking at page speed optimization. You can use a tool like Google Page Speed Insights. So just Google Page Speed Insights to identify and fix any speed issues. And then you need to optimize your images and employ your browser caching to improve your loading times. Okay. Now I am going to share with you a little bit. I want to go a little bit more into details with the images, and we'll do that soon. Number 3 is mobile optimization. Have spoken about that very briefly, but make sure that it's mobile responsive, and it can be responsive on smartphones and tablets, which means if you've got an iPad, go and check it on your iPad. If you've got Android, check it on an Android. Because every single device, it shows up differently. You cannot believe the amount of clients that sit next to me here with a different device, and they look at my computer and they go, mine doesn't look like that. And I go, because we're looking on completely different devices. So make sure that you look. And in fact, your insights can tell you what mostly your clients are using. So you want to make sure that you can test your sites. And there is another tool that you can use. It's called Google's Mobile Friendly Test Tool. Okay, so we've got Google's Page Speed tool, and we've got Google's Mobile Friendly Test tool. All right. Now, your last one for your front end is your Secure Website SSL certificate. Now, most certainly, if you are taking payment on your website, you should have an SSL certificate. It's cheap. You pay for it annually, and it encrypts data and it boosts your user trust. Okay, so just check with your hosting provider or your website platform. But basically, when you have a look up at the top over there, it's got a little lock next to your URL. So where your website URL is, if it's got a little lock, that means you've got an SSL certificate. And in fact, if I were you, I would not buy from a website that did not have that little lock on it. Okay, which is the SSL certificate. All right, let's talk about the back end, the more sexy, unsexy side of SEO. So the technical aspects, and as I said, this is the stuff that hurts my brain a little bit, but really this is at a minimum, the basics that you need to know and understand when it comes to the back end of your website. Okay, you need to research relevant keywords. So these are words that your customers put in online that will help you to be found. So those are the words I say that you need to sprinkle like glitter into your content in the back end of your website, so that those words can help you connect with your ideal client. There is a tool called Google Keyword Planner that you can use. And of course, everyone, I always share with you answerthepublic.com as well, that can help you find what your ideal customers are using with their words. Incorporate these words naturally into your content. So you'll see a really bad SEO job where someone has taken the words and put them in inappropriate places and it just doesn't make sense. You want to make sure that the words are naturally put into your content, that they're in your meta descriptions, they're in your headers, and they're in your alt text. Now, I sound like I'm swearing, but I'm going to go into each one of those individually and explain more about how they are. And I'm going to give you some examples. So in South Africa, we say muni varini, which means don't worry. Muni varini. Okay, so next one, title tags. So title tags and meta descriptions. And as I said, I'm going to go into more detail with these ones, but you want to make sure that they are keyword title rich. Okay. So this is where people try and get cryptic and cool and funny. Like they come up with this like unicorn kind of name that makes no sense to anybody. Your customer's not searching for it. So at the end of the day, I always say it is what it is. So just put in what it is, right? And that needs to be your title tags and your meta descriptions. Your tags are a snapshot of the content, that particular content in that content block. And as I said, I'm going to go into it. So don't worry about it. Consistent blogging. So in the back end, we spoke about blogging in our previous session, which you'll be able to find on the website onlinebusinessmarketing.com.au under free resources, under blogs. You can search for blogging. But you want high quality, relevant, customer friendly blogs where the topics are relevant to your industry, to your niche, and it is stuff that your customers are interested in and would be searching for. Because that shows your relevancy on your website, that you're relevant, you care about your audience, you understand and know them, but you're also putting those back-end SEO words in. Taking those blog posts, sharing them on your social media platforms increases your visibility and your traffic. Think about, putting them in your emails and sending them to your blog. Think about LinkedIn articles, Facebook articles are a great way to do that. And then, of course, encourage people to share them and engage to further reach your blogs and drive traffic to your website, which, again, all helps with your SEO. Your last one for your back end, probably the most sexiest one, is called link building. So you actively want to seek opportunities for building high-quality backlinks from reputable websites. So you want to reach out to industry influencers or other guest posts to establish your authority and credibility. So it's like, you have my customers, but I don't do what you do. I have your customers and you don't do what I do. So why don't I add value to your customers? Why don't you add value to my customers? We'll write a blog and put it on each other's websites. And then we're going to put a link because now I'm on your website, but I'm going to put a link to my website and you could put a link to my website. So when they're searching for something, they will either find them and then get directed to you or you to them. Okay, so you want to make sure that they're right. So ways to do this is guest blogging, influencer blogging, or influencer shout outs even. Getting people to review your products for you and backlinking to them helps as well. Competitions works as well as podcasting done properly, because so many people are not doing that properly, and that's another story altogether. So podcasting, you want to make sure that you are backlinking to those people. So backlinking is really such an easy way to do that. All right, so let's talk about keyword research. Okay, so firstly, you have to understand your audience. You've got to know your target audience. I can't say this enough. You've got to understand their needs, their behavior, so that you can tailor your content and your keywords towards them. We spoke about keyword research tools, which is Google Keyword Planner. And we spoke about these types of tools can help you with your search volume, can help you differentiate yourself in the marketplace, can help you stand out from your competition if they're not using them. So you want to make sure that, again, that you are the person that is doing this stuff over and above your competitors. So if you do this stuff and your competitors don't want to do it, you stand a higher chance of winning the customer. So long tail keywords. Now, the best way that I like to describe long tail keywords, and this is a new thing, they always used to say it was just individual words, but now long tail keywords is a thing. They are long sentences, and literally if you just write down what you say, like how to put out my candle without smoking the house down. Okay, like that is a long tail thing, right? How to da 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 da. Now, if you incorporate those long tail things into your content, long tail sentences into your content, again, that's going to help you with your optimization. So don't just focus on, your simple broad keywords. Your long tail keywords can help you stand out from your competitors. And it can actually be more specific to the user's intent. Like if you know that that's a frequently asked question, something that they want to know about, that can certainly help them with them. So if you listen to your customers, they'll actually give you those long tail things. If you just write them down, when you'll find those same things keep coming up again and again and again, and incorporate that. Your last one when it comes to keywords is your keyword mapping. So you want to organize your chosen keywords into a keyword map so that you can then specify where they're going to go. What pages are these keywords going to go on to? What blog posts are they going to go on to? Because relevancy is important. Therefore, if my candle is about Rome and it's about the smell of, I don't know, roses, you can't go and put in the keyword Africa, asthmatics, and dog allergies, because it's not relevant to the post. Relevancy is really important. So keywords have still got to be relevant to what it is. Okay. So a simple example of how a keyword map would work is if I had a website and my website was selling shoes. On my homepage, my primary keyword for the homepage on my shoe website would be online shoe store. Because it is what it is, right? Primary keyword, online shoe store. My secondary keywords would be buy shoes online, shoe shopping, footwear collection. So they're words that people would be going in and searching for. Now, if you had a men's shoe page on that website, the primary keyword would be men's shoes, and the secondary keywords would be men's footwear, men's casual shoes, men's athletic shoes. So it would be all the variations that people could be searching for. If there was a page for women's shoes, the primary keyword would be women's shoes. The secondary keywords would be women's footwear, women's sandals, women's heels. Okay. You could further then break down the women's sandals into more. So the women's sandals, if they broke down into summer sandals, high heel pumps, you could then go, the primary keyword for summer sandals would be summer sandals. The secondary keywords would be casual sandals for women, beach footwear. Okay. For the high heel pumps in the sandals would be, primary keyword would be women's high heel pumps. Secondary keywords would be formal heels for women, elegant women's shoes. Okay, the variations. It is what it is, down to the variations of what people could be searching for. And those are the words that you put into the back end of the website when you're putting your content in. If for that website we had a blog page, the primary keyword would be shoe fashion trends, not blog about shoes, because who would be searching for a blog about shoes? I'm not searching for a blog about shoes. I'm searching for shoe fashion trends. Okay, so you have to think about what they're going to be searching for. The secondary keywords would be latest shoe styles, footwear tips, shoe care advice. It is stuff that people, it's the stuff that your ideal customers, your clients would be interested in. Okay. All right, so leveraging Google, because Google is the #1 search engine, and it's such an easy thing to do, and yet so many people are just not managing their own Google. I know a couple of people that are paying anything from $500 to $1,000 a month for their Google to be managed, and it is so simple. It is like a once a week, 10-minute job once it's all set up. So firstly, you've got your Google Search Console. And in your Google Search Console, you want to make sure that you go and you monitor your website's performance, your site maps, and just see if there's any technical issues that need relooking at. You want to go and fix things like your crawl errors and your search inquiries. And when you go in, it's going to tell you where there's problems. And if it's beyond you and you can't do it, then yes, you may need to get help for it. But at least you'll be aware of what is working or not working and whether or not there's something there that you need to resolve. But your Google My Business platform is the platform that you can simply optimize yourself. Make sure it's set up correctly. Make sure you've used your SEO. Make sure you've set up all your products. You have your descriptions in there, your call to actions. Make sure that you've put in your keywords, your address, your phone number, your website. Everything is updated. And then make sure that you're getting customer reviews and you are replying to them on an ongoing basis. So super important. And of course, you can update your content in Google My Business on a regular basis as well. So when it comes to AI and SEO, I mean, we've got no excuses anymore, because literally you can go into something like ChatGPT and you can ask it to give you some keywords or some SEO suggestions for your business. You can put in your website. You've obviously got to put in the HR, which is the human intelligence. You have to put in who your ideal customer is. You have to put in what their pain points are. You have to put in, you've got to give ChatGPT something to work from that differentiates you from everyone else, so that it can spit out something truly glorious and not cookie cutter or fluffy. Because again, if we've got, I was going to say a lubrication business, but it won't make sense without anybody knowing that Strikehold is a rust prevention lube. Then if you've got this lube here and you've got this lube here, if in this lube over here, you've really gone down into your niche, their pain points, your demographic, the uses, what people are struggling with, their tips, and this competitor over here just goes, give me SEO and keywords for this lube, I can tell you right now that the one that's had the HI put into it is going to get much better keywords and SEO suggestions from ChatGPT. So vitally important that you take the time to put the HI into it. Again, just make sure that, it's informative content that you are using or asking for at least. So you do need to know who your ideal customer is and the type of content that they want. And then you need to be looking at keyword trends and analyze their performance as well. So you can use AI to refine your keyword strategy, discover new opportunities, and also track your rankings. But again, please just put the HR into your AI. Okay, so there is a simple SEO checklist. The VIPs, those that are live right now, you guys will get that. It'll be posted. It'll be posted in the VIP Facebook group for you. For the rest of you, you can go on to the blog. Will only be up in the next week or so, and there'll be a checklist in there for you where it'll break down the simple checklist, right? I've made it real simple for you. So you go, okay, I've got to do that. I've got to do that. I've got to do that. But I wanted to go a little bit more deeper into your title tags and your meta descriptions, because so many people go, what is that? And literally when you go to upload your blog into the back end of your website, it will say, add a title tag, add a meta description. And if you go in and there's nothing there, Google can't read nothing. It's blind. You haven't given it anything to see. So you haven't given it anything to see. So you want to make sure that your title tags, because they're crucial for SEO, they determine whether or not the users are actually going to click into the search result. So again, a lot of people in the title tags, think about it, title tag, it's a title. It is what it is. As soon as you try to be overly cryptic or trying to be funky and cool, you lose the essence of what it is. So a well-optimized title tag should be concise and include your target keyword. Now, if there is a New York bakery, okay, and we're looking for a title tag, it would be delicious, freshly baked treats. Best bakery in New York, Sweet Delights Bakery. Okay, remember what I said, a title tag is, it is what it is, have the keyword in there. It is a bakery. Bakery's got to be in there. New York, in there, because it's in New York. So title tags, it is what it is. Now, the meta description. The meta description is the first couple of words that you will see. So if somebody is searching, you will come up, and it's the first couple of sentences. And when you're in the back of the website, I can't remember how many it is, but it'll tell you how many units you've actually got, how many units the actual person's going to be able to see. So It's like that is where you've got to stop them from scrolling, show them you know them, connect with their pain. Why this? I can't say that enough when I talk about like that impactful content marketing, that first bit that's so important. That is what you want. So the example of the meta description for this New York bakery would be: experience the delightful flavors of Sweet Delights Bakery, the best bakery in New York. We offer a wide range of freshly baked treats, from mouth-watering pastries to delectable cakes. Visit us today. Okay, so literally that meta description is kind of like your pitch. It is what it is. Connect with their pain, use your keywords, tell them what the next step is. Now, I challenge you, go look at a blog and go check your title and check your meta description, even if you just do it once. Knowledge is power. And if you don't take that action right now, you are going to be flying blind with your SEO. And this is a simple one. The title is, it is what it is, with keywords. The meta description is your pitch with keywords. Point of difference. All right. That is your homework. All right. So how do you optimize your images? Now, this blows me absolutely away, because the amount of virtual assistants or even website developers that will take your image that is saved as image 965432 JPEG, will take the image and upload it into your website as image 49623 JPEG. Google has no idea what that is. So whenever you save an image, you save it with the keywords and you save it in the format that when you do send it to your VA or to your developer, or when you upload it to your website, it is saved in a readable format. Okay. So you choose a descriptive file name. Think about if somebody was blind and they could not read the website. Google is blind. It cannot see the web. It's just got to read that image. You want to use a descriptive file name that includes relevant keywords. For example, chocolate-cake.jpg, because it's a chocolate cake. Now, you do need to put a dash between your words. It's not like a hashtag where it's one big word. You have to have the dash in between. Chocolate-cake. Rust-preventative-lubricant.jpg. That's how you would save the image. Now, it will ask you for alt text, okay? So when adding your images to your website, you've got to provide alt text that now describes that image. So if Google is blind and it's now got, okay, rapid-transformational-therapy.jpg, now the alt description is going to be a description of what that image is, right? So I don't know what that would be. I should have used a much easier example. Maybe the image is of a person meditating, okay? So therefore, the alt text would be professional woman meditating to reduce stress. That is the alt text explaining what the picture is, so Google can now read it and connect it with the right person. So you've got the descriptive file name, you've got the alt text. Now, the next thing that you want to do is want to make sure that you're compressing your images, because large files will slow your website down. And I had a website developer who took my very high-res images, uploaded them all into my website. We could not get it down. I then had to pay another developer to go in and resize all of them and bring them down. Insane in the membrane. Absolutely. So you want to make sure that once you've done your page speed tester and you have a look, and if it'll tell you if your images are actually slowing down your website, you go and you resize those images, you go optimize the image size, because it can affect your loading time. And unfortunately, if it takes too long to load, people are not going to stay on there. You want to make sure that you utilize the image captions. So use image captions to provide additional context and include relevant keywords. So if it is a professional woman who's meditating to reduce stress, you could say Rate for Transformational Therapy is the process whereby a person, I can facilitate a person going through a meditative process, which would help them to reduce their stress and get rid of subconscious beliefs. Okay, so just the captions would be a little bit of more, a broader additional context. Okay. All right, so that's about it. Completely blew your mind, but I'm just going to say that of all the things here, if I had to just do a quick summary, I would say low-hanging fruit, Google My Business. Super easy, you've got no excuse. It's a once in a week activity to go in for 10 minutes, check your performance, get some reviews, update your content, put in SEO words, post an update, reply to reviews, and you're going to get it, it's going to help you rank. Blogging, it's a once a week or once a month activity. Use your relevant keywords. Uploading your images, making sure that you have saved them the correct name, you've used the alt text, you've put in your captions for your images so that they can be read by the search engines. And then when you're uploading your blogs and everything to the website, you want to make sure your title is "It Is What It Is," and you want to make sure that your meta tags are the brief description describing it, your brief description of what it is. That literally is the sum up of what you can do on an ongoing basis, just to ensure that everything that you're doing is correct. Okay. Now there is another tool. It's called Yoast, which I love. I'm not sure if you can get it on, I use it on WordPress. I'm sure you can use it, or just search for Yoast substitute plugin for other platforms. But Yoast is, it literally will give you like little red, yellow, or green. And it will, once you've uploaded your blog, it will say to you, you haven't put in enough keywords. Your readability is not good. Your skimmability is not good. Your titles, your headings, like it'll actually give you that feedback so you can go in and try and get it to a green point. Okay, it's as simple. So these are simple things that you can do by yourself. So if you're still kind of pulling out your hair, when it comes to all of this, I encourage you to book a session with me. For those of you who are watching the recording, these guys don't have to, because they're part of the VIP community and they get direct access to me through a private Facebook group and through these weekly masterminds and additional resources that we share with them. So we're now going to go to Q&A, which again is a benefit that the live audience gets. So if you'd like to be part of the live audience, simply book a call.